Good morning, Morning Musings by Melinda Vail. I hope you saw my musing yesterday. I think I was on a roll and I would love for you to watch that. And also, if you are getting the time to watch some of the parts of the interview with Pat McMahon, it was a lot of fun to do that, and it answers a lot of questions that people ask me all the time. He thought up some great questions for me, so we're putting a little snippet of that here and there on Facebook, and I think it's on YouTube also, so that you can, maybe get some of the answers that you've always wondered about mediumship answered for you. Happy Cinco de Mayo! Today we all love mariachi and we all love tequila, right? And so everybody's a little bit Mexican today, just like in March, everybody's a little bit Irish when we celebrate St. Paddy's Day. Interestingly, Americans despised the Irish in the 19th century because there were 2 million refugees coming to America from Ireland. Oh, history. So interesting how it repeats itself in so many ways. I guess John Fitzgerald Kennedy took care of that. It's too bad during Black History Awareness Month we all can't relate to that. And we have to be silly about that kind of stuff. None of that is spiritual. And today we're going to talk about sandbagging. Do you know what sandbagging is, right? It's when somebody, let's say, challenges you to like a game of pool and says, oh, I really don't play that much, but they really are a great pool player, and they get you to bet on the game and they lose 1 or 2, and then all of a sudden, it comes out that they are a great pool player and they've sandbagged you. Well, people do that in life all the time too, they put themselves at a position where the bar is not very high so that they can meet that and brag about it. That's a form of sandbagging. But when I did my homework, I found 4 types of sandbagging that we do with different types of personality that I found very interesting, and I hope that you will too. Number 1 is the humble brag sandbag. The humble brag sandbag is someone that is not very useful at exchanging data, right? It's how big that person's, and he used a different word here, but I'm going to say cojones are. In other words, they look like they're being humble, but they're really bragging, okay? And so they are that kind of person. Good morning, Anthony. That kind of person that starts out with kind of a humble approach to telling you how great they are. And I just love that, the humble brag sandbag. And then there's the selective memory sandbag. Oh, do I know a few people like that? Or people who change their memories to accommodate themselves looking better, or they assign something in their memory base to somebody else when it was really them. Or my favorite, people who are living in their glory days from high school or their glory days from some job that they had, and they are not really looking at who they are in the now, and they're sandbagging their own lives by having selective memory or memories that make them feel better and not really taking a good long look at where they are today. How about the I am not listening sandbag? That person who's a lousy listener and a lousy communicator. They are always deflecting. People deflect with humor a lot. They make a joke out of it instead of embracing what's being said communicatively and honoring and respecting what's being said, or trying to have a good communication exchange in a way that will move the relationship forward. They sandbag you. Maybe they're daydreaming. You're trying to talk to them, or maybe they're that person that goes squirrel, and you're talking to them about a subject and they start talking about something totally different. There, it's a form of sandbagging in life, right? And how about the self-deprecation sandbag? Oh boy, this is the person who characterizes themselves as slow or weak or out of shape or whatever. And then you get on a bike ride with them and they're taking off like a bat out of hell, right? Sometimes this is intentional and they just want to sandbag you so they can prove how good they are. How about the financial sandbagger? Somebody who sandbags you and you end up always taking on the bill. You got friends like that, right? Who are always complaining about something money-wise and you always pick up the tab. That's a form of sandbagging. How about the love sandbagger, where you're pouring your heart out with love and honesty and giving and forthrightness and exchange, and then they're completely like zoop because they have an inability to express what they're feeling. They sandbag their own feelings. So how do you sandbag? What do you do for your sandbagging routine? And is that healthy for you and for your spirit and for you to honor who you are as a human? No, absolutely not. Everything that we muse about is about self-evaluation, looking in the mirror, seeing who you are, how you do and behave in certain ways that are only from your ego, which is always based out of fear, and not from your spirit, which is always based out of a level of love of self, kindness, forgiveness, gratitude, and connection to God. So happy Cinco de Mayo to you. Go ahead, have a margarita, listen to a mariachi band. But remember, if you are also a St. Patty's Day celebrator, that things have changed in history and that we are all one group of humanity and have to do a better job and not sandbag each other because of where we come from. Have a great day.